Hey, lovely people, it's your girl Onana, and this is Onana Nation. So, if you're new on this channel, a very special welcome to you. Please go ahead and subscribe because you would definitely love it here. And to all my amazing subscribers, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys for all the love and support. So today we're going to be talking about this beautiful Cameroonian lady called Dorothy Diamond. She is the CEO of PE Media UK. She's also the CEO of Dot Analytica. So she's all into analysis, data processing, strategy and all that stuff, marketing strategies and all those good stuff, you know, people for big book. So Dorothy left the UK where she resides and she went back to Cameroon. And, you know, family functions and all that stuff will take you from your country of residence, you know, back home. She went back home to attend a couple of family functions and she was done. It's just a short trip for a few days and she decided to come back to the UK. Unfortunately, at the airport, she was stopped by the UK authorities and they had to send her into some forceful sort of quarantine. And she's wondering, like, what is going on here? I just left this country like 4 or 5 days ago to go to Cameroon. Like, it was a quick pop in and pop out. And I need to go back home to my husband. I need to go back home to my children. I mean, what's happening? And they were telling her there at the airport in the UK that, auntie, you have to go to quarantine now, and we are imposing where you go to the quarantine. There are particular hotels that are selected by the government. You have to stay in one of those hotels, and you have to pay like $4,000 when you're staying in that hotel, and you have to be in that hotel for like 2 weeks. No visits from family members, no visit from friends. You have to stay in there. They have to do COVID test on you. Day 1 COVID test, day 2 COVID test, day 3 COVID test. Like, so many things were imposed on her on the airport, and she was like, what is happening here? Please, someone make it make sense. You can imagine just traveling to Cameroon and coming back and everything at the airport has changed, and they're giving you all these new laws, just bringing too much information in your face, and you are confused. So the lady stood there asking questions like, when did this one start? I have no idea. I just went to Cameroon and there are not many COVID cases in Cameroon like that, so I don't understand why you guys are blocking me here at the airport that I can't go home to my husband and kids. Like, please make it make sense. So as she was asking them more questions and they were like stuck on their ways, they're like, auntie, all this one they are saying that all this your big grammar does not make sense to us right now. We have laws to follow. You pass through Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is considered a red zone for COVID. So for that reason and more, you have to be quarantined. All this your big grammar you're saying here, we're not hearing anything. And she was like, this is not right. This is not fair. They have to let us know. I mean, who takes responsibility for all this? If Ethiopia is a red zone, why you guys not put some hazard signs on the wall for people to know? Why are you guys not communicating with us? Let's know that, okay, do not by any means pass through Ethiopia. You guys are supposed to let us know before time. Don't let me fall in the trap before you come out here to tell me. So who has to take responsibility for this? Why would I be paying $4,000 or £3,800 or 3,800 euros for to stay in the forceful quarantine hotel imposed by the government over something I cannot wrap my head about? So she was asking questions and, you know, trying to get to the bottom of it. Before she could know, the people of the airport are already loading her stuff onto the bus, and other people to that pass through red zones, they were loading all their stuff into the buses, and they're like, everybody, Ale to the hotel. That's where you guys are going to sleep. So the reason why I'm making this video today is just to advise us all Cameroonians in the diaspora. If you're planning to go back home, do not by any means necessary go through Ethiopia Airways, and make sure you do your research, make sure you do your findings, make sure you see all the countries that are on the red zone for your country. In the UK, they may have certain countries on the red zone. In the US, they may have different set of countries in the red zone. So just look at the red zones for your own country. If you're coming from Germany, you're coming from Dubai, just check like which countries should I absolutely not pass through. So when you see all those things, then you know how to book your flights and all that stuff. So things like this happen for us to learn. Unfortunately, it happened to Doro, and she, being the nice lady she is, she came to share her experience with the world. Some other person would just sit quiet and pay the $4,000 fine and go back home, and we would never get to know. But she was nice enough to share the information with the world, and this is one phenomenal Cameroonian woman that you guys need to be following on social media. She says a lot of things to inspire the youth, to teach people, even with her life experiences. So if you guys are not following Dorothy Diamond, make sure you go and start following her everywhere, on every platform. Everything she does is to inspire the youth, to teach people the things that they would otherwise not know. So we are just happy that she could share her experience with us, so other people should, you know, look before the leap and not fall in the same pot of soup, if I can say that. Yeah. So if you're traveling to Cameroon, look at your country's list too. If you're from Germany or wherever, if you're in the US, check which countries on the red zone. Make sure you don't fall there, because you come back here and they will force you on self-quarantine in one of these hotels that you will be paying ridiculous and ludicrous amounts of money that you could have avoided.
So this is me watching how more people are being added to this hotel that I'm inside. Just for a backstory for those who don't understand, I have had about 11 people, close friends and people I don't even know, message me on Facebook to say thank you for updating your status to highlight that people are being quarantined in the UK forcefully, whether they know they've been through a red zone intentionally or not. Now, I, for some reason, didn't know that transiting through Ethiopia meant that I had been in a red zone. Ethiopia is considered a red zone. Now, the color coding based on the British COVID-19 guidelines is that there is a RAG rating. RAG ratings are a way of measuring a level of risk. It is done in so many ways. It could be a level of risk. It could be a performance measure. So RAG ratings are color schemes for like a traffic light. There's a red, there's an amber, there's a green. So when I said I'm coming from Cameroon, that's amber. I wasn't talking about the other amber, Ambazonia. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about British regulations to decipher how risky a country is based on COVID. So Cameroon is amber, meaning I'm fine to come from Cameroon. All I needed to enter the UK was a negative COVID test, 2 bookings of 2 tests for day 2 when I get in and day 8 to test that I'm negative for COVID, and a passenger locator form. Now, because my flight transited through a red zone, that's Ethiopia, I am no longer abiding by the rules of the amber countries. I should abide by the rules of the red countries. And that means I had to book a hotel for £1,750, no more, no less. You don't even know the hotel. The government imposes that hotel on you. I am in my own hotel room. As you guys can see, this is where they've locked me in. You can't go out. They give you everything you need. You want to go for a walk, you're entitled to 20 minutes walk a day, accompanied by a guard, right? That's the situation. So I'm here, managed to bring all my work schedules into my Google Calendar, and I'm working from this hotel, but I'm baffled because every day they bring new people. Every day, literally. Let me flip this camera around so you guys can see. How do you do that even? For some reason I can't, but I'll show you guys on another video. So they bring new people. So the question is, do these airlines know that they have a duty of care to tell passengers what's happening? So as you guys can see, that's another bus. They bring in people every other 2-3 hours to this hotel and to many hotels along the way. It's confusing because the question I have constantly is, does Ethiopian airline or the airlines that are carrying passengers through red zones, they have a duty of care to tell the passengers that regardless of where you're coming from, if you are transiting or stopping in this country, taking this airline, then you are now supposed to abide by the regulations for the red zone. No one tells you that. They let you into the plane, you get to the UK and you end up in a hotel for 10 days without being able to see your family and your friends. It's just ridiculous. Do you know why I think we can actually bear this? So that's my story. It's just an absolutely frustrating situation because I'm like, who should I be suing? I can't, or my family cannot. Sorry, someone else is. Oh God, it's sad. It's sad. It's just sad. Look at this. The lady is still arguing with the guys. Like, I think she's probably saying, I can't stay in this hotel. I said it, like, at the airport, I was so livid. I was so angry. I was literally just having a go at anyone I could. And then it just dawned on me that I was talking to myself. No one was paying attention to me. Like, they just said to me, Madam, you have to pay. Find a way to pay. And I think the catch here, what makes me really, really upset, I'm not very obstinate. I'm not an obstinate person. Give me a good reason to justify why you're penalizing me for something. I would abide. I'm not obstinate at all. I am a proof evidence kind of person. Show me the evidence, show me where I've gone wrong, and I'll abide. I'll fall in line and do what I have to do. But I said to these guys, what exactly is my crime for doing everything right? I had all of the documentation you guys needed, except booking a hotel. I live in the UK. Last time I came through Ethiopian Airlines, you guys sent me home to quarantine for 10 days, and you did the track and trace, checking on me every 2 days. What's different? They're also concerned that there's a new variant, it's the Delta variant. What evidence do we have? What's the statistics? What's the data backing the Delta variants or the Delta variants to tell us that it is vaccine resistant? I have been vaccinated. What is the evidence to tell us that the Delta variant is much more deadlier than the variants that have passed? There is no evidence. So if tomorrow we have news that there is like a Kung Fu variant or like a Black Seed variant, all of us have to go back into hiding. Why did you vaccinate us again? So at this point in time, it's almost like a massive gray area in our understanding. So I think there's a lot of communication that needs to happen to the public. I think the airlines need to have a due diligence, a kind of duty of care communication package to every single person who buys a flight. And secondly, this whole shenanigan of paying the hotel by yourself, it doesn't add joy, it doesn't fall well with me, right? Plus, they'll fine you £500 for breaching the rule that you were not aware of. So this is where we all are. Ridiculous.